name is Jim Selman. There's a second idea that we want to talk about that's part of the C in code, and that's the idea of accountability, the essential importance of being able to count on each other for our promises and for what we're asking. To be able to count on each other is the basis upon which we can build teams, it's the basis upon which the organization begins to operate together as a whole, and it's the basis upon which we translate our vision and possibilities into reality. Count on ability, the ability for another person to count on you for what you promise, to count on you to deliver the results that you say you'll deliver. Accountability is not a job description. It's not a role. It's an agreement. It's a relationship. It's an understanding that we can't all do everything. We can't all be paying attention to everything at once. But together we can begin to coordinate our views. We can begin to coordinate our differences. Not that we should think about everything the same way, but it's in the ability to build an organization that values our differences and then allows us to coordinate those differences that makes the future something that's very, very exciting. But we can't do that if we can't count on each other. As I said before, only you can make a commitment, but only we can fulfill that commitment. And that fulfillment is through accountability. But to be accountable is really a profoundly important commitment on your part. You're telling someone else that they can count on you for something that they are asking for or something that they need in order to deliver their promises. Accountability is one of those things that you might look at as the kind of glue that holds an organization or a team together. If you think about the kinds of problems and issues that frequently reoccur year after year after year, like struggles between home and work, or difficulties in teams, or silos, or all the various other sorts of organizational issues that plague us, and ask yourself the question, who's accountable? Who are we counting on to take care of that issue? Or who are we counting on to take care of a particular commitment? That's the essence of what allows us to begin to not only create the future, but can prevent us from having to react to our circumstances in the past. We can begin to distinguish between the actions that are creating the future and the reactions that are keeping us stuck. Together we can begin to build the future because we're accountable and because we can count on each other. So I invite you to ask yourself, what are you accountable for? What can people count on you for? And more importantly, when you begin to look at that, find out what is it that's missing in terms of other people's relationship with you. What do you need to count on other people for that perhaps you're not so certain about? It's the basis for building trust, it's the basis for building power, and it's the basis for creating the future that we say we want.